Alright, so shortly after 9/11, word came down that we might be getting tasked to head over and relieve the initial boots on the ground in Afghanistan. And I was linked up with a exceptional group of guys. And in that group was a captain who was one of the smartest people I've ever met. And he kind of sat me down and explained to me that the Bill of Rights aren't just, some fancy ideas that, were written down on paper and then granted to us by our government, that they are truly fundamental rights. And, it got me thinking, like, that's not really an American thing, that's just a people thing. Um, and that honestly, all governments should deal with uh, their people in the way that it's described in the Bill of Rights. Um, when you uh, witness firsthand oppression and tyranny and of a dictator or warlords or drug cartels or um, revolutionaries or whatever, when you get to witness firsthand um, the injustice of the world and of these governments, um, you realize real quick um, how how incredibly vital the Bill of Rights is. It was driven home for me because the group of guys I was with, we were sent out to basically the middle of nowhere with limited resources and no backup really. Um, and when you operate in among the indigenous uh, population and you're functioning, kind of off the grid, I guess you could say. You realize like real quick that you can't just go in and start thumping people on the head and saying, "Hey, look, we're here now. It's my way or the highway." I mean, I understand conventional army can kind of do that. You're an infantry guy or a marine or something. You may have that may be your only way of performing the job you have to perform. But when you're a small group of guys, in amongst the people, you really, and you're trying to win the hearts and minds, one of the easiest things you can do is simply try to keep your interactions with them in accordance with the Bill of Rights. Like um, the more you can do that, the the quicker you're gonna win people over. Honestly, I think that's just showing them basic respect. Um, but it did show me something that with all the intent of our founding fathers to create this amazing government, um, it's easy to see where mistakes could have been made. And I'm referring to like slavery or women's suffrage or Japanese internment. Um, you know, when you're trying to deal with as say an army interrogator or something in that capacity, when you're trying to treat people and show them due process in a war zone or whatever. um, there are certain trade-offs that have to be made. Like there's no way when you see some of this tyranny, some of this oppression firsthand, um, like it drives home the vital importance of the Bill of Rights. Um, if all our elected officials could go and see uh, some of the stuff that our soldiers are seeing over there, um, they would probably real quick quit trashing our fundamental rights. Um, one of the interpreters I work with, he learned English in the Pakistani refugee camps, and he was more than happy to put his life on the line to work with us. And getting to know him, his backstory, basically his brother and father were thrown in a Taliban jail where they died uh, because they had the lights on after dark. They had candles going or something, and had a newspaper. So that offense killed them. A newspaper. So when you see stuff like that, um, it's a big eye opener, man. And the Bill of Rights, they are fundamental. They are they do need to be extended to everyone, um, regardless of nationality, of race, of creed, of color. It doesn't matter to me. Um, and in my opinion, every government should have to interact with their citizens based on the guidelines put down by the Bill of Rights. Um, if we don't, I don't see in today's generations um, the fight that our forefathers had. You know, every step of the way that this country has fought for to increase civil liberties, and where's the fight in America today? I just don't see it. Um, but I do see the Bill of Rights as something that should be applied to all men. Period. Um, trying to live the Bill of Rights, but treat people um, who may turn around and try to kill you, you know, a week later, trying to treat them with the basic respects and the basic concepts put down in the Bill of Rights. Like when you live that, and then you come back to your own country where that's supposed to be the law of the land, and you watch all these fucking politicians just voting our our liberties away. It's heartbreaking. All right, so that's my opinion. That's my take on the Bill of Rights. They're absolutely vital for the day-to-day activities of this country and of its citizens, and in no way should be infringed.